So Capricorn, today you get Sun and Moon both in your sign, and this is extremely powerful because usually you have another sign giving you the light to the moon, and now you have both of them in your sign. It's not a new moon like last time when you had Capricorn Sun and new moon. The message was you're finally able to show both sides of yourself. And you have the Fool, the Rattle, and the Gardener, which is something that you really like. You like nature because your court card is the Queen of Pentacles. If your birthday is between December 12th and January 8th, she is your court card. If not, look in the description below. I have listed all the cards that I'm using today in the right spinning path. The right spinning path is the Earth spinning 365 days around the Sun. Divided then through the 12 zodiac signs is then your zodiac sign. And on your full moon, which is opposite your sign in Cancer, you get a full moon reading, and that's left spinning. That's the soul. From deep within to the outside, you are getting this reading as a soul path, as the spin the Earth does around its own axis. And in that spin, we again divide this spin, which is 25,800 years long, through the 12 zodiac signs so that we get an age. Currently, some schools say we're in the age of Pisces, moving into the age of Aquarius. Some say we're already in it. So, both Sun and Moon in your sign, you're the 10th house of social status. You climb and climb and climb. You're the only one that can climb the highest. And the attachment is because you are the law of matter. The material square that speaks to us as the number 4, the stability, this dimension. We're attached to it, and we can free ourselves by going through the chakras to the third eye and liberating us. Then you have the bat wings, because the bat is the only bird or the only animal that flies through the dark night, and that's the unknown, that's the subconscious. And of course, I created dancer pose for you as the liberation to climb or to dance yourself up into the third eye. All right, so let's begin. Your planet is Saturn. Saturn is the teacher. And so we're going to look into this reading, because tomorrow the Sun is moving into Aquarius, and we have a new moon tomorrow in Aquarius. As you see, the state of consciousness of the Fool is a state of consciousness that comes from your soul, and here comes the World. The Visconti Sforza Tarot, one of the oldest tarot decks ever. And it's very magic, this deck. It's really the story of two people that were forced to get married because power and money married back then in the 15th century. You're the card number 15. And this is the number 21. And on the Fool, which is a state of consciousness that your soul is literally saying, yes, you can hold up this world, the earth, and the city that we see here is Jerusalem. So here are these two energies that make the world, the Sun and the Moon. And you, for some reason, feel something quite strong, right? Because you have both in your sign, right? Sun and Moon. And so today you get the Moon in the Magician. The Moon is here with his phases, the full moon and the new moon. Tomorrow the new moon in Aquarius. But here the Magician is a state of consciousness that's saying, yes, I am leading I am directing my energy towards the moon, towards my subconscious. I want to know, I want to see, because now I have finished a cycle of the number 21 becomes a 3. A new one is coming into your consciousness, and the number 37 makes this a 10. So from 0 you go immediately to 10, understanding the dance of the moon, understanding that you are dancing and that you are liberating yourself profoundly. On the position of the High Priestess comes the Knight of Pentacles, a Virgo. And Virgo is going, as you can see, into the human path, into that what we experience here will affect the soul. And the intuition that the High Priestess brings to you is saying, okay, now I'm gonna continue. I have the world in my hands, because you recognize or realized something quite profound. Then the moon as a full cycle, speaking to you through the 3 and the 7. The 3 is the Empress and the 7 is the Chariot. That female power, the female power that the moon is connected, because the moon is feminine, is dark, and so gets its light. So you give yourself the light. Very powerful. And that makes you go forward. You don't want to sit. You don't want to contemplate. You want to act. This is action. Slow action. It's not fast action. And so the Hermetic Tarot, the Order of the Golden Dawn, created 1888 in England. Arthur Waite came out of this order. And so you can see when I put these cards above that this is a path, right? This is a path that we constantly, every month, do again, because the sun has an influence on your moon. And so the Empress is bringing the 20, the Last Judgment, Le Jugement. These are French cards, and interesting enough, they were also used by the Order of the Rose Cross, and this order was formed 1888 in France. So 1888 England, 1888 in France. So that you can liberate yourself truly, because this state of consciousness is saying, well, now I'm giving birth to this powerful woman, because the 2 is the High Priestess. And so here you have a 2 and a 0, a new beginning in the way you use your intuition. It's almost like you're ascending. It's almost like your angels are saying, yes, you have understood something. And then comes you, right? That's where I put you. And you're looking at your coin, and you somehow understand those 4 cards, right? That you have clearly finished a cycle. You holding the world, and you holding the moon and the sun, both holding the world. Moon and sun both in your sign. So this is very strong, very clear. There is something seriously saying you completed, you were whole. And then the 10, right, with this cycle of the moon, it's almost like you have really now through this day today understand something quite profound. And this is why then on the position of the Empress, because there is a 3 in here, comes then this angel that is calling you and is literally giving you the understanding, yes, you have matured, you have evolved. on the position of the quiz of life, the wheel of fortune, comes the key, the perfect key, the number 29, the 2 connecting you back to the high priestess here, Virgo. Virgo may be in your life, or the energy of Virgo is literally giving you a push, because the 9 is in here, and that's the Hermit. So there is a Virgo that brings a key to you. You have this key to your own heart, and intuitive, you know that this key is the right key to continue whatever it is that you want to continue. And this bird is, of course, letting you know, hey, there are more keys, but she's not interested. She already has the key in her left hand. Intuitive, she knows she has the right key. She doesn't even need this information. And so in a way, it's like then a portal, the 11. The 2 and the 9 create 11. And you're waking up to a new love, a love that you maybe have put away, but now you want to liberate it. Because on the position of the Hanged Man comes the rose quartz, the number 46, again a 10. So you have a 10-10 portal framing an 11, which then creates 1, 1, 1, 1, 4 times the 1. And you also have a 1 in the 21, right? So if I calculate all the 1s together, then you have 5 1s already. 5 is the communication, is the throat chakra. And the 1 is feeling at home, feeling safe with your surrounding, with your people, to speak about the rose quartz, to speak about the love, because the rose quartz is very clearly love. And it's saying self-love, self-worth, and you're enough, you're worth it. And that's why you know you have the key for your own heart. You don't need no one. And that's the message, right? The 46, the 4, taking responsibility for the 6, the self-love. Taking responsibility to know that you need to love yourself. And when you love yourself, no one can come and do anything to you anymore. Because then on your position, on the position of the Capricorn, comes Scorpio. A deep transformation is shifting you, and then you recognize the third eye. And the third eye is what you need to liberate yourself from your own self, from attachments, from the fact that you are the keeper of taboos, from the fact that you are the law of the material realm, and that you only have a place to exist if we humans give you the place. And this is where we have the knowledge, the mind. Otherwise, you just something where the mind is raw, is like an animal, because an animal follows the laws, and we're the only ones that say, no, I'm not following the law. So there is a huge transformation coming to you, a new beginning, something that wants this change, the change of self-worth, self-love, being worth, and living it. And now having, of course, this, right, as this, okay, I mean, here is your transformation. Liberation from your own taboos. Because then on the position of the Tower comes the cheetah, fire energy, pure solar energy. It's almost like then you can see the light, then you can see the rays, because the number 13 is a magical number. People say, oh, 13 is an unlucky number. It is not. 13 is the sun in between all the 12 zodiac signs. That's Jesus and the 12 apostles. It's always been spoken about it. And the number 13 is a magical number, is then a number 4. And the 4 is the responsibility to take care of your own transformation, to take care of the things that you really care about. And so here comes the cheetah at you. It's like a soul energy. It's almost like the light of the soul of this animal is saying, yes, you got the power now. You transform, and I'm going to help you to transform that. I'm going to help you to really go further. And then the last 4 cards, right? Now comes the moon, this longing to awaken, this longing to come out of the subconscious, which is the moon is in your position, is the detox, right? The repairing the body, mind, and spirit. So you go on a journey to go deeper and to cleanse and to clear the old, because you have had here now this huge transformation. It's necessary for you to recognize that. And this transformation is something that maybe happened really quickly and unexpectedly, because this is how the tower functions. The tower is like a wake up, also like a shaking of foundations that don't work anymore. The foundation that you're standing on here, the square. And the square is the material world. And it's almost like now you gotta literally cleanse yourself, because you went through a huge transformation. And because then on the position of the sun comes the volcano, again like this fire element. And here this is the 39, which then creates a 12. And this is the 21, so there is a 3-3. You gotta be ready to maintain through the 3 this new state of consciousness, the 1, the new 1. And now you get a 9, because this is also in your position, the sun. The clarity, you're going to see the clarity, but you're also going to see deep in your subconscious. You yourself give yourself now the key to that cage, to the self-love, to that transformation, to that speediness, how quick this is going to happen to you, that you're transforming and shifting and cleansing and creating at the same time new world. It's very powerful. You are power, and volcanoes is creating new land, awakening, shifting. Wow, I mean, it's strong. And then on the position of the last judgment, which came on the position of the Empress, that wake-up call, that I call you to stand up and recognize your new nature. You cleansed body, mind, and spirit. You created new land. And yes, you went through a pressure, through this transformation. And that's the 9. 9 that is also in here, of the Hermit, of the Virgo, of this new consciousness within you. The 6 zodiac signs. So the 6 is connecting back to the 6, the 15th card, the self-love. The healthiness, right? The health that we have to create. And so here comes explore. Trust your imagination to help you journey through your inner landscape to find what you seek. The number 8. So you're gonna explore, you're gonna find new places, and there's this beautiful jewel here, and this kind of like the third eye up here. And when you explore, you're gonna recognize that your journey to your inner landscape is the only way that we can liberate ourselves into the third eye from this dimension. because then you find what you seek through the 8, through the number of the infinity, the infinite loop of coming and going. And then the last card on the position of the World, which you got on the Fool, makes sense. Now you have the 7 of Coins, and the 7 of Coins is Saturn in Taurus. Then the world is yours. On the position of the World, you got the 7 of Coins, Saturn in Taurus. Then you build new streets, new avenues, new revenue. And that's why you're holding the world up, because you're taking care of the world. And you are right now ruling the sun and the moon, and the earth is in between. So that's why you have these 2 children here, because there's the sun and the moon. And you are deeply awakening. You are shifting and changing, and you are now taking it slow. The 7, the crown chakra that you're building, even though on the 7, in the 16th, the Tower, you have the cheetah. Things here go really fast. The awakening, or this shift of the Tower with the cheetah, is quick. Things are going to shift quick, and you're going to release and detox, and you're going to create new land, because that's what volcanoes does. They create new land. And as you know, you have both moon and sun in your sign. And the transformation here, through the detox, you shifting so much that you really are a new person. And also here, you are really awakening and shifting and changing, so that you can hold up this world, because we need you, Capricorn. You're not a negative energy. You give us the choice to be between black and white, right? And she's here, going almost through a portal. This is your portal. It's a portal of white and black, but you're going through a portal, and you are really learning your lesson, learning also to handle anything. Powerful. You're learning to handle anything. And now you go slow. Saturn, which is your planet, in Taurus. Taurus, the new structures, right? The new structures that we have to recognize, that are wanting to come into this world. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because that's when we have the sun in Aquarius, and the Aquarius is the new age. So I'm always looking forward to those readings. Brings the future. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Wishing you a happy new year 2023, which is the number 7. Namaste.